Hello, my name is Daryl Wildberg. As you can see by my tight clasp and lapel pin here, I'm a supporter of the JEHOVAH.org. I'm a Jehovah's Witness and I'm practicing and in good standing. This video, now I have to remind you, it's got to be done. It's not approved by the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. They didn't make it in that fancy studio. It's not approved by the 8 faithful, wonderful, dear, loving, self-sacrificing. And when I say self-sacrificing, they sacrifice their time to go to different countries and comfort our brothers that are undergoing trials and tribulations, calamities, loss of loved ones. They went to Russia there to appear in court for the brothers. And it's not approved by any local body of elders. I made this video, I approved this video, and I work for Jesus Christ. I don't work for a Watchtower, I don't work for the governing body, and I certainly don't work for the local body of elders. Now I have my Messianic ring on. I have my Rolex watch. Smurf idiot. She's got a fetish for the masonry. She even claims she was one. Let's look at my video about the Smurf idiot. Now, the preceding to this, you're going to see 4 screenshots before this came. 5 seconds apiece. And this was a progression of Amanda, the demon-possessed lush. She's a lush. She came against me just like Satan would. She's a minion of Satan. And she complained about me making a comment of her dropping her panties on a date. She got knocked up. She doesn't deny that this happened, of course, because it did happen. But she thinks I have some fetish, when really the fetish is hers. She not only dropped her panties on the date with some idiot, and she got knocked up, and now she takes them off for all the YouTube and hangs them out there to show. That's an exhibitionist. Look up the definition there, Amanda. That's what you are. You're a lush, a slut, a single parent to a bastard child. And that's right, it's a bastard child. Doesn't have a father. Probably won't ever know her father. You did it. And now you want to claim that I'm the one with the fetish for the panties? I don't think so. You're the one who wanted to show them to everybody. Hey, look at my panties! You moron. You're so stupid. But anyways, that's the first 4 screenshots. And we're going to get into the next screenshot here momentarily. The next screenshot, of course, is from Amanda's newest video. Her newest video is identified as sexual taboo. Yes, it's another Daryl Wildberg response. You know, she didn't think that dropping her panties on that date was sexual taboo, and now she thinks that me mentioning it is taboo, sexual taboo. Like I shouldn't mention it. She was dropping her panties for some dude, he knocked her up, and all of a sudden it's taboo. Jen H. Mercury makes this comment. Daryl is a disgusting piece of trash. He is such a hypocrite, like most of the very spiritual JWs. Like you would know? Yeah, you're an authority, aren't you? Satan. Satan's your daddy. And then, of course, Vanderpuke, Veronica, has to chime in here. According to Daryl, I was disfellowshipped for getting knocked up after removing my panties, of course, and now my kids have no father, all of which are completely untrue. Absolutely nobody believes anything Daryl says. He's very, very special. Do you watch all my videos? And I didn't say that all your kids were as the result of getting knocked up, although they are, technically. You didn't deny before. The 5 or 6 times I mentioned it before, you never denied it. Now all of a sudden you want to deny it. Look, you took your panties off. You were disfellowshipped. Regardless of whether you got knocked up or not, you probably got some venereal disease or something. At any rate, Jehovah booted you out of the organization. Vanderpuke. And then this great dragon comes in. Someone should get Daryl a contract with the WWE. He's a character. Can you imagine him going door to door and meeting a householder who's seen his videos where he's saying such vile things about people? Hey, I go door to door almost every day. Those people aren't watching these videos. These videos are watched by you morons. You DF'd, you disassociated, you apostates, and the inactive. You act like every other person that I go door to door with is watching YouTube. Most people don't even know it exists. Dipstick. Jeez. As blood, sweat, and steel comes on, this Daryl jerk is not representing his supposed religion very well if JWs are supposed to be so damn wonderful. Maybe, M-A-B-Y. I don't know where they get these illiterate people. Someone should bring that to the Watchtower's attention. They've tried that already, dipstick, and it didn't work. I've been doing this for a year, over a year now. Daryl seems like a bad association to me. Of course. Hey, the demons didn't like Jesus either. Isn't that amazing? Now, preceding to this, the newest one, she made another video in which it's called Cult Meme and Video Review, Jehovah's Witness Memes, Response to Gross Daryl Wilber Comments. My comments are gross, okay? Yeah, they would be perceived gross to somebody that dropped her panties and got knocked up, of course. But then what does she do? Then she shows her panties to everybody. So I'm gross for telling the truth about her dropping her panties and getting knocked up on a date, and yet I'm gross because I mentioned that truism, and yet she's not gross for showing her panties to the world. Hypocrite? She, in her comments, she said, just a quick video. January's proving to be even busier than the holidays. Hit that subscribe button. She wants to monetize her YouTube. If she keeps showing her panties, she probably will. And give me a huge thumbs up. Thank you, John Cedars, for supplying the videos and XJW memes on Instagram for the fantastic memes. You moron. He's a pervert. He likes to watch pornography. But then so do you. The Great Dragon kind of makes you wonder where Daryl got that expression from. What has he been watching or listening to? The Great Dragon. Bless you. Yeah, she showed him your panties. And Veronica Vanderpuke chimes in now. Hello, Daryl. Almost certain that your narcissistic tendencies will lead you to search for your own name on YouTube, thus leading you to this video. So here's a message for you. May you kindly stop mentioning my panties also and Smurf girls. What, are you and Smurf girls lesbian lovers? Is that what it is? Vanderpuke, that you have to talk for her? Let Smurf girl talk for herself. I've already busted her in so many lies and busted you too. Because you're stuck on stupid like she is. 2 peas in a pod. It's just weird. Apologies, Amanda, for posting this here, but Tiro is too much of a coward to enable comments on his own videos. No, but I got a chat room that you can come to any day, Vanderpuke. But you're too much of a coward to come to the chat room. We can do a one-on-one there. And I can punk you right to your very face, like I've punked you before. Remember the comment you made that my saying that I am a Jehovah's Witness is improper? And guess what? It's not. You're punked. It's getting to be old habit punking you, Vanderpuke. Rombo Bohextro, or whatever his name is. Never feed the trolls is an internet proverb. Daryl right now is onating to this video. DW gets of any time his name is spelled in hex style. Oh, there's a real genius. A philosopher. Amanda, idiot, responds. LMFAOOOO. At least she admits she's fat, and her panties prove it. I had to look up that word, man. You have to look up all the words. And now here's the good one. Vinnie Vincent finally chimes in. Now listen to what this moron says. Now this is the guy who likes to punch blind babies in the face. Mental health issues? The hall reeked of mental health issues. Conversation about cleaning up dead bodies confirms it. Daryl being their poster child. Yeah, well, his hall did reek of mental health issues until he was disfellowshipped. Oh, Vinny, punked again. How's that feel? Huh, you dipstick? Baby child molester? And that's what you are, Vinny, you know you are. But all you morons are getting punked here by none other than Daryl Wildberg. And you make it so easy. You know? Well, why should you be aware of Amanda Satan? Why should you be aware of Satan? This is an interesting question and a topic that we're going to cover today. In an Asian land, a crowd revels during a festival honoring spirits. The festivities heighten when 2 women are selected for a spirit possession ceremony. Their eyes roll back in their heads, and the woman began to shake all over, kind of like Amanda did that night she dropped her panties, as if they were shocked by electricity. In Puerto Rico, a medium, Santero, holds a seance to contact a spirit called Chango, the god of thunder. The medium describes visions, and all in the room begin to shake as if possessed. Involvement with the occult is commonplace in many lands. Vanderpuke does it. Vinnie Vincent dabbles in it. Amber the sorceress. Marcia the hooligan. Smurf idiot. Amanda. They all dabble in the belief in the supernatural. And belief in that supernatural is becoming more popular, and people are increasingly drawn to it. Books, games, television shows, movies that features demons, witchcraft, and paranormal phenomena are more widespread than ever. The internet. The Bible, however, teaches that involvement with any manifestation of the occult is actually spiritism. Now go back and look at the first 4 screenshots of this video. That's Amanda distorting her face to look demonistic. You notice she doesn't do that anymore. And then when I accused her of being goth, now she quits wearing the black. But she still has to put on makeup because she's so ugly. And her panties prove that she's fat. You know, she had to show them to everybody. And this is sad. This is a sad excuse for a human being that now has to bring up a bastard child on her own. It's sad. It's just truly sad. Now, it's not simply exploring the unknown. It is contact with the demons, the wicked angels who rebelled against God, Revelation 12:9-12. In reality, Spiritism does for the demons what lures do for the fishermen. A fisherman uses a variety of lures to catch different kinds of fish. Similarly, wicked spirits use different forms of Spiritism to bring all sorts of people under their influence. The leader of the demons is referred to as the god of this wicked system of things. He is successful at blinding the minds of unbelievers to the truth of God's word and purpose, 2 Corinthians 4:4. See, the unbelievers are the only ones that can be blinded. The believers, he can't blind their minds because they know the truth. Now, where does Spiritism lead? The goal of the wicked spirit creatures is simply this. They want to distract and mislead you from developing a personal relationship with our Creator, Jehovah God. They influence people to disobey God's righteous requirements, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Therefore, Spiritism leads to divine disapproval, hopelessness, and eventual destruction. Revelation 21:8. All of those apostates I mentioned are hopeless. They have no hope. And they're eventually going to be destroyed. Unless, of course, they turn around. Says Lewis, who was from Puerto Rico, from the time I was a child, my family was involved in Spiritism. It was part of our family religion and way of life. I thought my ability to foresee the future and read tarot cards was natural. I could often pick lottery numbers and help others win money. These supposed gifts were nothing more than a distraction keeping me from gaining Bible knowledge and building a relationship with Jehovah God. John 17:3. Many may feel that involvement with the spirit world is harmless, and some even consider it beneficial. They may speak of so-called friendly ghosts or claim that spiritistic practices can lead to enlightenment, riches, and happiness. That's what Amanda thinks. That's what Veronica Vanderpuke thinks, Vinnie Vincent, Marcia the Hooligan, Denise Hedberg, the Goat Head. They all think this. They all think that way. But this could not be further from the truth. There's always a price to pay, says Lewis. A young man named Chad started to experience fearful sights and the torment of being awakened every time he slept. Demons began harassing and torturing me every night, he says. How can we be protected against such harassment? How can we gain protection? Are you tormented, Amanda? Because you're the proving ground for demonistic influence. You like to take your panties off in dates and show the world your panties. You're a lush. You're a slut. Stop being that. You don't have to continue being that, Amanda. You know where you can go. To protect ourselves, we need to keep free from everything connected with Spiritism. Galatians 5:19-21. Thus Jehovah God directs his servants to avoid the following practices. There should not be found in you anyone who employs divination, a practicer of magic, anyone who looks for omens, or a sorcerer, or one who binds others with a spell, or anyone who consults a spirit medium or a professional foreteller of events, or anyone who inquires of the dead. Now, all of you apostates do one or more of those. You look at horoscopes, don't you? Yeah. For everybody, doing these things is something detestable to Jehovah, Deuteronomy 18:10-12. So you see, right there, you apostates that I've mentioned here have proof that what you're doing is detestable to Jehovah. There's biblical proof. It's not the Jehovah's Witnesses saying it. It's not Daryl Walberg, the Jehovah's Witness, saying it. It's Jehovah God that says it. In harmony with those words, many have taken steps to protect themselves by discarding any books or other objects related to Spiritism. Says Ken, who broke free from Spiritism, I went through all my belongings, everything I had, and destroyed everything I felt was bad. Acts 19:19-20. The greatest protection is developing a personal relationship with the true God. You apostates walked away from it. You DF'd, ran away from it. You disassociated, ran away from it. You inactive, you're slowly drifting away. Jehovah notes this, and you should note this. He brings this up in a note. The course of action outlined in James 4:7-8. Subject yourselves therefore to God, but oppose the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw close to God, and he will draw close to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your heart, you indecisive ones. See, that's a note to you from Jehovah your God. Jehovah God educates and protects those who draw close to him. They are not ignorant of Satan's designs or deceived by false appearances. See, when the Smurf girl tried to seduce me, I seen it right away. I seen it when she called me on the telephone first time. And then when she texted me, I seen it then. And it's there in her text. You can read it for yourself. You're adorable, she would tell me. Are you flirting with me? Like I'd flirt with that bimbo. 2 Corinthians 2:11, 11:14. Jehovah is almighty. When called upon in faith, Jehovah will free individuals from harassment by wicked spirits. Chad quoted earlier says, knowing the source of my attacks and calling out to Jehovah God to protect me from their influence made it stop. Isn't that amazing? See, I can't do it for you. Amanda, I can't get Jehovah out of your life. Vanderpuke, Marcia. Have you ever looked at Marcia's face? She looks like death warmed over. She looks like one of them zombie people. She's ugly. She has to put on too much makeup. Ooh. And what about Vinnie Vincent? He's got to cover his head with a bandana, thinking he's a biker, wanting you to think he's a biker. He wouldn't even make a pimp on a biker's behind. And then there's Denise Hedberg, can't clean her house. Oh, I was waiting for my son to put everything up in the attic. What, for 6 months? You moron. Jehovah will make it stop. Psalm 91, 1 and 2. Clearly, right-hearted ones can rejoice in God's protection now and the realization that soon the demons and all who submit to their influence will be destroyed. See, if you submit to the influence of the demonic world, you will be destroyed. Make no doubt about it. Amanda, Vanderpuke, Marcia, Denise, Vinny, gone. Just imagine the joy and peace that will prevail on earth when mankind is free of the effects of Spiritism. Isaiah 11:9, Revelation 21:1-5, and Revelation 22:15, I'm sorry. Now, how real is the devil to you? The scriptures portray the devil as a real person. He is invisible to humans, of course, for the same reason that God is invisible to humans. God is a spirit, says the Bible, John 4:24. The devil is a spirit creature. Unlike the Creator, however, the devil had a beginning. Long before Jehovah God created humans, he made a multitude of spirit creatures, Job 38, 4 and 7. In the Bible, these spirits are called angels. The word angel means messenger. Hebrews 1:13 and 14. God created all of them perfect. Not a single one was a devil or had any evil trait. How then did the devil come to be? Well, the word devil means slanderer and thus refers to someone who tells malicious lies about others. The word Satan means resistor or opposer. just as a formerly honest man makes himself a thief by stealing. One of the perfect spirit sons of God acted upon an improper desire and made himself Satan, the devil, slanderer, the resistor. Right? Resistor, the slanderer. The Bible explains the process of self-corruption this way. Each one is tried by being drawn out and enticed by his own desire. And then that desire, when it has become fertile, gives birth to sin, and in turn, sin, when it has been accomplished, brings forth death. James 1:14 and 15. We've read that many times. This is apparently what happened. When Jehovah God created the first human pair, Adam and Eve, the angel who was about to rebel against God took note. He knew that Jehovah commanded Adam and Eve to fill the earth with righteous people who would worship Jehovah. Genesis 1:28. This angel saw that there was a possibility that he could gain honor and importance with Jehovah. Motivated by greed, he coveted what rightly belonged only to the Creator Jehovah. It's very likely that the devil was jealous of Jesus Christ, Michael the Archangel, getting all the credit for after the creations. Jehovah was patting Michael on the back. Oh, good son, good job, son. Good, you're just doing a super job, son. You did it exactly the way I told you to do it. Instead of rejecting such an improper desire, the Spirit Son of God nurtured it until it gave birth to a lie and then to rebellion. Consider what he did. The rebellious angel used a serpent to speak to the first woman, Eve, through his voice like a ventriloquist. Is it really so that God said, you must not eat from every tree of the garden? The serpent asked Eve. Okay? The serpent asked Amanda, won't it feel so good to drop your panties and have sex? Commit fornication? Well, when Eve cited God's command, when Amanda cited God's command, at least in her mind, oh man, I shouldn't do this, and the penalty for disobeying it, I might get knocked up or I might get an STD. And then the serpent told Eve and Amanda, you positively will not die. You won't get knocked up. You won't get an STD. For God knows that in the day of your eating from the tree and the day that you drop your panties, Amanda, you're going to be sexually gratified. Of course, with Eve, it was your eyes are bound to be open and you are bound to be like God, knowing good and bad, which was actually the truth. And it was the truth for Amanda, too. She was sexually gratified there for that moment. Genesis 3:1-5. The assertion was that God had not told Adam and Eve the truth. See? In other words, the same thing with Amanda. Oh, you weren't told the truth. It's okay for you to go out and drop your panties. Yeah, go ahead. Nothing's going to happen to you. And by eating the fruit of that tree or dropping her panties, Eve or Amanda would supposedly become like God, see? Having the authority to decide what was good and what was bad. See, Amanda got to make that decision, not God. She didn't need God to make her decision. She drifted away from God. Now, telling that made that an angel a slanderer. See, in the Garden of Eden, that angel became a slanderer against God. He also became an opposer to God. The Bible thus identifies this enemy of God as the original serpent, the one called devil and Satan, Revelation 12:9. Be watchful. The lie that the devil told Eve and Amanda worked just as he had planned. The Bible says, consequently, the woman saw that the tree was good. Amanda saw that sex was fun and for food, and that it was something to be longed for to the eyes. Amanda thought that, yes, the tree was desirable to look upon, and sex was gratifying. So Eve began taking of its fruit and eating it. Amanda dropped her panties and had sex. Afterward, Eve gave some also to her husband when with her, and he began eating it. Well, Amanda's would-be husband or boyfriend blew the coop. left her with the child. Eve believed Satan and disobeyed God. Adam believed Satan and disobeyed. Amanda believed Satan and disobeyed God. Eve was able to get Adam to break God's law too, of course. Now, Amanda's getting her child to break God's law. The devil thus succeeded in setting the first human couple on a course of rebellion against God, just like he did with Amanda and others. Ever since then, Satan has exercised unseen influence over human affairs. Amanda's a perfect example. His goal? To turn people away from worshiping the true God and gain their worship for himself. Matthew 4, 8, and 9. That's exactly what Amanda did. She went from Jehovah to Satan to the devil. That's who she worships. That's her goth style. Oh, I know she doesn't dress. In the last couple of videos, she's removed all the black stuff, trying to make it appear that she's not goth. No. With good reason, then the scriptures warn, keep your senses, be watchful. Your adversary the devil walks about you like a roaring lion, seeking to devour someone. 1 Peter 5:8. He's also called the bird catcher. He caught Amanda. How clearly the Bible portrays the devil as a real spirit person, an angel that became corrupt and dangerous. The first essential step in our keeping watchful is to recognize that Satan really exists.